Morning guys, welcome to the first day of Tour De Fleece, and this is the beginning of the Tour De Fleece vlogs, or I guess technically this is the second one because I uploaded the ideas and thoughts I had for Tour De Fleece already, and that went up today, and the Harmony shawl is now released as well. And I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, but if it's before the 11th of July then you still have a chance to get the Harmony shawl, which was my first handspun designed pattern, and you can get it for 25% off using the code TDF19, and that's valid until the end of the day on the 11th of July. If this goes up after that, then I'm really sorry. I did talk about it in the previous video and on Instagram, so hopefully you will have caught it. Otherwise, yeah, so I think I mentioned in the previous video that I'm actually in London this weekend. I'm up at my parents' house now. I've just had a shower. We came up this morning quite early, so I didn't have time to shower before we left. But I'm going to my friend's, one of my best friend's baby shower this afternoon. So Layla and I have been invited, and we're going to head up to do that today. I'm not going to vlog it because, to be honest, it's personal and it's my friend, it's not relevant. There's not going to be a lot of content from this weekend, to be honest, because I'm not really going to get a chance to spin this weekend. But yeah, so we've got the baby shower today, and then my cousin is in town with her family, and so we're going to go explore London tomorrow with her. And so I might take a couple of little snippets, but not too much. It's not going to be one of those sort of like family vlog days that I normally do. This is mainly going to be spinning content, but I did bring some fibre with me up to London to start some prep if I have a time whilst we are here. I don't know, my eyebrows are doing something really funny. Anyway, I do have a lot of knitting to get on with, so that's predominantly what I'm going to spend my spare time doing this weekend, I think. And then on Monday, when we head back down home, we'll crack on with some spinning and crack on with some of the plans that I have. I do have a little excursion, spinning related excursion planned for Monday afternoon once we get back, so fingers crossed if all goes well I'll get to do that on Monday. If not, I might pop out and try and do it on Tuesday. I'm excited to take you guys along to share this experience with you. I don't want to say what it is yet because yeah, I think it's quite exciting and I want to keep it a surprise for a little bit longer, so stay tuned. I don't know, I haven't decided what the title of this vlog is going to be yet, so I might have already given it away. In any case, stay tuned and I'm sure you'll see that soon. We came in here. Do you want to go get ice cream? Yeah?
Where? Show me.
Where's the ice cream?
Look for it. Look. Where's it gone? Go find it. Find it. Go.
The other way, Layla. Other way. Turn around. That way. Go.
Go. Get it.
We're having ice cream, Layla. Is it yummy? Hard at work.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, well done, Munchkin.
Hey guys, so it's the end of day 2 of Tour De Fleece, or coming up to the end. It's about 7 PM now, and I still haven't done anything spinning related yet this weekend, but like I said before, up in London, hanging out with family, having a great time, and we had such a lovely day out today in London. I will have shared some clips of that already. I'm thinking I might get to doing some fibre prep this evening, but we shall see. I'm not putting any pressure on myself for that. I've been busy spending all free time knitting on this sleeve, and I'm working my way through it. I'm about a third of the way through the sleeve now, so I'm really hoping to get this first sleeve finished by the end of this week, because I need to be able to estimate yardage amounts so I can get the pattern out to testers. The pattern's drafted, written, ready to go to testing, but until I finish this sleeve I can't get an accurate estimate of how much yarn I used for the whole sweater. I won't be able to get the second sleeve finished before I have to send it out. And that's mainly just because I want to give my testers as long as possible to work on the design, and I'm planning on releasing it in October. So I really want to get this out ASAP, essentially, so I can give everyone about 12 weeks. So about 3 months basically to work on the test knit. So yeah, anyway, better get going. Hey guys, welcome to day 3 of Tour De Fleece, and we're heading back down to our home today. We're leaving London, and yeah, just gonna go hang out with family this morning before we have to go, and then I'll pick up with you guys again once we're back home, because definitely gonna be spinning today. Layla, should we go get mummy and daddy coffee? Yeah?
Layla, coffee.
Layla wants coffee. Well, we'll see what we can find for you, okay? How about milk?
Lena got coffee.
Wow, okay. Alright, so we got home and we had a quick lunch, and then I've headed out again now with Layla. I alluded to the fact that I had a special little errand I wanted to run today, and yeah, so we're here now. Layla is now asleep in the back. She slept the whole way here, and she's only been asleep for about 15 minutes because it wasn't that long of a drive. But so I'm going to let her finish her nap before I go in. I've got my knitting with me, so that's going to keep me entertained. But essentially, I thought I'd tell you a little story about what we're doing here today. And okay, so last week, it's a bit of a long story. Last week my father-in-law came to babysit for us one night whilst Perry and I went to the cinema, and whilst before we went out I was chatting with him, and he was saying how he'd stopped by this second-hand charity furniture store near where they live. I guess he was home on his way home from work one day, and he just popped in to see what they had. He kind of does that a lot. He checks into like little local charity shops and stuff to see what's around in case he finds a good deal. And yeah, and he was like, oh, he was looking over at my spinning wheel, and he was like, oh, I went into this particular shop and they had a couple of spinning wheels. I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, they seem to be going for, this is how much they were going for, like, is that a good price? I'm like, well, I mean, if they're working, yes, that's a pretty good price for a second-hand spinning wheel. But obviously a lot of spinning wheels that end up in charity shops aren't functioning, like they've been converted into a glorified lamp or table or something. And he was like, well, one of them, he's like, I'm not sure about the other one, but one of them had the hooky things and the spoolie things. So I was like, okay. So by hooky things he meant a flyer with like the hooks to hold the yarn, and spoolie things he meant the bobbins. So I was like, okay, this sounds promising, sounds like it might be a functioning wheel. And then on Friday I went to visit Perry's mum in the afternoon, and on my way home we drove past the shop, and I pulled in to have a quick look, but the shop was closed. But I poked my head through the window, or to the window, to have a look inside and see if I could spot them from the window and just get an idea what they look like. And I could see both of them. And the one that was a bit further away, I couldn't tell exactly if it had all the parts. It looked like it had a flyer, so that was a bonus. But the one closest to me that I could see nearest the door, not only did it have a flyer and bobbin on it, it had a drive band and a brake band and all the springs, and It even had some hand spun singles on the bobbin, so that looks promising to be a functioning wheel, or at best it might need a little bit of maintenance, but it looks like it's in working condition. So I'm excited to check them out and have a little look-see, see if they are actually working or not. They both look like more traditional style wheels where the actual drive wheel is on one side and then the flyer is next to it, rather than the kind of wheel that I have, which is a castle style wheel where your drive wheel is below and then your flyer is on top, like directly above. This one is off to the side. So this, and the one that was closest to the window, I'm pretty sure was a single treadle, so it'll be interesting. It had one pedal rather than one that I have, which has two, which is a double treadle. But anyway, I'm excited to pop in and have a look and see if either of them are functioning, and if they are, I might be going home with a new wheel today. We shall see. I'm not holding out a huge amount of hope that they will be in good condition. I'm hoping actually that they might be, it might have some branding on it so I can tell what brand of wheel they are, because that might help as well with if I need to get replacement parts, to be able to know what brand I need to look for, and also whether or not they have more than one bobbin. As long as it has at least two bobbins, then they're going to be somewhat functional and more easy to use than if it's only got one bobbin. But we shall see. We shall see how it goes. I'm interested, to say the least, to have a little look. I've never seen wheels in person other than the wheel that I've got before. I've never had a chance to like really look at wheels secondhand before I got my own wheel. So it'll be interesting to have a little look and take you guys along. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for that one to wake up before we can go in. Come this way, Layla, inside. Layla. Push the pedal. Go through that bit.
Oh, there. No, Mummy.
No, you do it. Wow. Testing it out, making sure it works. Alright, well that was a success. Both spinning wheels worked. Turns out they were both given to the... Yeah, okay. You want to go to a coffee shop? Alright, we'll see what we can do. So it turns out both spinning wheels were donated to the charity by the same woman, who kept two for herself, so she had a lot of wheels apparently. Neither of them had any sort of labelling on them to be able to tell what brand or models they were. The guy at the charity shop actually knew a fair bit about spinning wheels, so that was interesting. So the wheel I ended up going for was the one that I couldn't see as well from the window when I came to check, and it was listed, like its actual list price was a little bit more expensive than the other wheel, mainly because it had 3 bobbins, which was important to me. The other one only had 1 bobbin that was on the wheel, and the bobbin that was on the wheel was a small bobbin. It wasn't like, it wouldn't hold 100 grams. And then on top of that, it only had 1 whirl. So the one that I didn't get only had 1 whirl on it, so only 1 speed that it would go at. and then you'd only be able to adjust the speed by how fast you pedal, or treadle rather. Both were single treadles. The one that I could see closer originally was the one that I didn't get was a single drive, single treadle, and only had the one bobbin, but it was completely functional, like it had all the parts to work. And then the one that I ended up getting was a single treadle, but it was a double drive. It was a slightly smaller wheel overall. It comes with 3 bobbins, it's fully adjustable. I figured out all the different knobs, what they did. The only thing it's missing is a brake band, which is fairly simple to replace, and I have springs already from the replacement springs I bought for my wheel that I can use, so that's pretty simple to sort out. The only thing is it's a double drive, and I never used a double drive wheel before. Again, I know I'll do some Googling and some research to find out how to set that up correctly, how to tension it correctly, and also where to put the brake band on the wheel, because like I said, the brake band's not on it. I know where it should go, I just want to make sure I put it in the right slot, if that makes sense. And it has 3 settings on the whirl, so you can adjust the speed, or the whirl speeds anyway, or the ratios, that's the word, the ratios. So that was, so it had more functionality overall than the other wheel that I saw, which only had the 1 bobbin and 1 whirl ratio and stuff like that. So, and plus I thought it would be interesting, because I don't have a double drive, I have a single drive, so it'd be interesting to have 2 types of wheels that work differently. So yeah, excited to get home and clean it up and give it a go, see if I can get it working. You show Mummy your ice cream? Oh, is it yummy? Alright, so finally got this wheel home. It's quite a small size, it's actually quite good because it means I could actually sit and spin at the sofa, whereas with my Kromsky it's a little bit too tall to sit at the sofa, sit on this yellow armchair. Oh, hello Layla. You helping? Yeah, so we're home now. We popped to a couple of other shops after. We went to a garden centre, which you will have seen, Layla having some ice cream there. And then we popped to a supermarket to do a quick little food shop, grab a few bits, and now we're back home. Yeah?
Yeah, nice off. Nice off.
Yeah? Layla, want to help? Yeah, I think it's a good size wheel for you to learn on one day.
It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going.
Yeah, is it turning?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Alright. What was that? What was that? Cheeky monkey. Yeah? Okay, well, I'm going to take some time and give this a good little clean and dust it a little bit, make sure. It actually is pretty silent as a wheel as far as wheels go. It's amazing. I have no idea what kind of wheel this is. Once I've cleaned it up a bit, I'll give you guys a proper, like, Daddy's working. I'll give you guys a proper close-up look around the wheel, and I would be eternally grateful if anyone can give me any information about this wheel and about where it might be from, what brand it might be. I've done a bunch of internet Google searching so far and have not been able to find anything that looks remotely similar to this.
Mommy, do it. Nana, do it.
Are you trying to use the pedal? You want to use the pedal?
Nana, sit there.
You want to sit on Mummy's lap?
Nana, sit.
Oh, do you want Mummy to get up?
Nana, sit there.
What'd you say?
Please.
You want Mummy to get up? Okay. Since you asked nicely. Let's move it closer. Well, you sit down and then Mummy will move it closer for you. How about that? I think she thinks this is for her. I'm not sure your feet will reach it, honey. Oh, you can try. Yeah.
Oh no, ready.
Yeah, I think your legs aren't quite long enough, honey. Are you turning all the knobs? So please don't do that, honey. Please don't play with it. So I was chatting with Grace from Babel's Travelling Yarns podcast, and she and I was saying to her that I think that all that this needs is a brake band words, and she looked at the picture of it and she was like, because it's a double drive. This one's fine, honey. Because it's a double drive, it probably doesn't actually need a brake band, but it can be converted to be a single drive, in which case it would need a brake band. So that's why there's no brake band on it, but I have the supplies I need to put on a brake band if I ever decide to switch it to be a single drive. But I want to give a double drive a go. I've never tried a double drive wheel before, so it'd be interesting to see how that spins compared to my single drive Kromsky wheel. And the only other thing it didn't come with, which I forgot to mention earlier, neither wheels came with, was an orifice hook, which isn't a big deal because I have the orifice hook from my Kromsky, which I could just use for this one. And if not, I can always buy a separate orifice hook if I need to at some point in the future. Layla, be careful, don't touch the rope on that. Yeah, you could be gentle with it. It's delicate. Yeah, you gonna be gentle? You gonna help Mummy clean it? Yeah, you can help Mummy clean it? Okay, let's clean it. Alright, so we are back now. It's been a little while since I last checked in. I've been playing around with the wheel and getting to know it a little bit better. As you can see, I've done a little bit of spinning so far, and it's working okay. I will be honest, it's a little bit of an adjustment compared to my Kromsky wheel, which is a single drive double treadle, and this is a double drive but single treadle. So it's been a bit of an adjustment. Treadling has been a bit different, and with the double drive, the tensioning is different than what I'm used to with the Kromsky. The pull on this, like the tension, I guess, like the uptake is really strong with this wheel. So I've turned the tension way down, and even so, like, it's still quite a strong pull on it. So I think I still need to fiddle around a bit with some of the... Oh, thank you. Can you make Mummy some food? Okay. And okay. Yeah, all right, go on then. And yeah, sorry, Layla's playing in the background with her play kitchen. But yes, it's been interesting. I obviously still need to practice a bit with it. I am currently just spinning up some of these little rolags that was sent to me by Sophie from Pixie Yarns. as part of her package that she sent. So I'm playing around with these, and they are proving to be good practice material, and it's spinning up quite beautifully. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm contemplating doing a 2-ply or just doing a chain ply to see how it goes. It does come with these 2 pegs on the wheel, which are supposed to hold the bobbins as like, I guess, an onboard lazy gate. But this dowel, I think, has been replaced at some point, and it's a thicker dowel than this one, so the bobbin doesn't actually fit on this. But we'll see. Yes, honey. Oh, thank you. Is there another one?
Yes.
Oh wow, thank you. Sorry about all the interruptions, but yes, I think what I will probably end up doing is using the onboard lazy cape from my Kromsky wheel to ply from, and we shall see how it goes. I will probably at some point either DIY an at-home lazy cape or buy one at some point. So yeah, that's the update for now. So I finished spinning and plying those rolags on here. I ended up doing a 2-ply, and yeah, I had a really hard time with figuring out the tension on this new wheel, and I know it's just going to take some more practice and figuring things out, but yeah, I definitely had a hard time with it, and I don't know, I might at some point look at converting it to a single drive and see if that makes anything easier to use, makes it easier to use. I'm finding the treadling a bit of a trick to figure out with one pedal only, but I think I've started to get the hang of that. Plying was definitely much easier on this wheel, so maybe in future I will use it for plying rather than doing singles as well, but we'll see. And yeah, it came out pretty good so far based on what I've got on the Niddy Noddy at the moment. I don't know how much the fibre weighs yet, I haven't weighed it. I did end up with a fair amount of wastage because of all the issues with my singles breaking when I was spinning the singles, and I ended up with about 90 yards in total, and I think it's about a DK worsted weight-ish. It's thinner in some parts, like that's definitely more of a fingering weight, but it's more DK overall. I think that there's some thicker parts where from the beginning, when I was like starting to spin, it was a bit thicker, but yeah, it's really like learning to spin all over again with this wheel. And so this is the new wheel, and that's my previous wheel. I was using the onboard lacy kate from the Kromsky to do the plying on this one. As I mentioned, I was probably going to end up doing. These are the two wheels side by side. I don't know, for some reason I felt like this wheel was really small, but actually the actual wheel part is probably about the same size as the Kromsky. It's just obviously the setup's a bit different. This one's shorter and that one's taller because it's castle style. And yeah, and here's Hugo. Hey buddy. So yeah. So actually my friend Grace, who's Babbles Traveling Yarns, I always get it wrong. She contacted a friend of hers on Instagram who she calls her the Wheel Whisperer. And she is on Instagram spin_me_a_yarn. So that's spin me a yarn. So that's her Instagram name. And she sent her a photo of my wheel, and she came back and said that it's a Shapwick Blaze wheel. And having done a little bit more reading into it, that is pretty accurate. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. It was produced by Frank Herring and Sons in the UK. Got a little bit of info on it here, so I thought I'd read it out. They originally started importing wheels from Scandinavian wheels, and later from New Zealand, and then they eventually moved to designing their own wheels. And so the wheel that I have was one of the first versions of a wheel that they designed. So in this one, they call it the Herring wheel. So it's made from a bent plywood frame, and there was only around 1,000 of these were sold between 1983 and 2015, and apparently it won an award from the London Design Centre for Aesthetic Design. So yeah, there we go. And this note says apparently parts for this wheel are still available from Frank Herring and Sons, although I went onto their website and it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Maybe that article or that information that I found was a bit old, but if I ever do need to get any replacement parts for it, I can always email them and see if they have it or where I can source it from. So thankfully this wheel seems to have all its parts, so I don't think I need to worry about that. But it's good to finally know what it is. Actually, to be honest, I was a bit sad that I didn't know what the wheel was, but yeah, we know it is. Well, I know that it's now a Shapwick Blaze, which is like one of the early versions of this style of wheel that company made. They then went on to make another one, I think it was called like a Brentwood or something, I can't remember now, which is a slightly different version of the one that I have. But yeah, so this wheel is probably about as old as me, probably from the 80s. So there we go, learned something new. So here we go, my first little wonky woo skein from my new wheel. My new to me wheel. It's not new by any stretch, but yeah, quite excited about that. Looking forward to experimenting more with it over time. And yeah, so that's that for now. I think I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time this evening doing some more fibre prep, probably, so for spinning tomorrow. And yeah, I'll probably record some of that as well. But then this will probably be it for this vlog. I think it's gonna be quite a long one from today anyway. There was quite a bit of footage from today, so I'm gonna stop this vlog today, and then I will do another vlog for the rest of the week. All right, take care, see you soon, bye.